What's up, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Iron Maiden, and we're back with another tune from their Fear of the Dark album. And indeed, I've done some tunes recently about people really trying to, resist like systems of corruption and exploitation and marginalization and oppression. A lot of those are punk rock songs, but it occurred to me, Iron Maiden has hit on those themes in a number of pieces. And one that really stuck out to me is Be Quick or Be Dead. This is the first song from their Fear of the Dark album, 1992. Shout out to this album, absolutely love it. Reacted to a couple songs from it so far. This is during the period where Adrian Smith had left the band, unfortunately, though he did, of course, come back. Shout out to him. Yannick Gers had come in by this point, so it is a 5-piece at this point. I haven't mentioned Nico McBrain. Shout out to him. I know there were at least one other original drummer back in the days of Number of the Beast. But I know when he left the band, Nico McBrain came in, and I think he's been there the whole time, so shout out to him. Nevertheless, I did want to show the disc again. As far as I can tell, this song is basically about the way in which political and social, cultural, and religious leaders are often, again, corrupt and exploitative. They're in it to make money, to benefit themselves, to aggrandize themselves, to institute policies which will help their friends in a sort of, nepotistic way. But they're not here for the common person. And the systems that run these lives, run everyone's lives, ultimately don't benefit the great masses of people who are just trying to get by and live their lives with a modicum of comfort and rewarding fulfillment. So this song is basically about, if you're going to try to get away from that, you really have to be sharp, you have to be quick, you have to be, light on your feet and ready to react to, things that are unfair and people trying to take stuff from you. So it's basically saying, be quick or be dead. If you want to resist this sort of this zoo prison that humans are put into in the modern era of, techno-industrial societies with rules that, again, benefit the elites more than the common and, help the already rich make money more than the people who actually need an influx of revenue and so on. You really do have to pay attention and be at the top of your wit at all times, or else you're going to end up dead. Let me know if you have a different take. Let me know if at least you have a more specific interpretation. As I keep mentioning, I have not been listening to Iron Maiden for 30, 40 years the way some people have. I only I knew who they were. I've mentioned this in other videos, but going back, I had some friends as early as elementary school who were into Iron Maiden, had Iron Maiden shirts, and I always thought it looked cool, but again, I was following some different musical paths, and by the time I got to my early teenage years, punk rock became a huge thing, and then techno. But through a friend of mine around 2015, 2016, I decided to take a deep dive on Iron Maiden, and I've been listening to their songs since then. So again, I do know a lot of their lyrics, and I have thought about them, but not nearly as much as some other people. So please do issue a corrective, or at least give me a second opinion if you have a different take on these lyrics. Nevertheless, here we go. This is Iron Maiden, Be Quick or Be Dead, from their album Fear of the Dark, 1992. And I will say, this song has sort of a thrashy kind of punk rock feel. Also a human air raid siren, if you didn't know. Lots of raps the way he's singing this one. Again, it's such a good point, it's oppression and exploitation by the elite, but they invest common folks in these systems culturally, socially, economically, so very few people want to tear it all down because it would mean tearing down their own lives in many ways. I love that. I love him bringing in the vibrato there. Making us dance. Come on, Bruce. speaking to the way in which, again, elite systems of power and control and exploitation utilize messaging and media to achieve those psycho-emotional aims in the populace. I mean, Iron Maiden's lyrics, from history to politics to everything, man, like, unbelievable. Sort of forgot that the solo came in at that moment. Listen to that. Snake Eyes in Heaven. Again, so it's like, I think we're making reference here to like exploitative political, cultural, social, and religious authorities. You gotta watch every aspect of your life, because the people at top, they don't care about you, or at least they're willing to use you, throw you into the grinder, and not care too much about how you come out. So yeah, I really do love that song. When I heard it, when I first got to this album in my personal journey through the albums chronologically, I remember thinking like, wow, number one almost sounds like a punk rock song. Number two, like the grit in his voice. He's really sort of exploring some different vocal avenues. So yeah, shout out to Bruce. Shout out to the group. I really do love that they've explored so many different sounds, from like slower, more dramatic and epic ballads to like rip-roaring metal numbers to hear kind of a thrashier sound. I just love it, man. Like, the more I listen to this band and the more that I do these reactions of their songs, it's just dawning on me, like, in cascading rising levels as to the degree of their musicianship and their compositional quality. It's just unbelievable. And like I said on another video, I have a Live After Death album on the way, and I just ordered Live on the Road album. That may take them a few weeks to get here. One was an international order, one was like on the other side of the US, and you know, mail isn't as quick as it used to be, so bottom line, it may be a few weeks before I can react to some live versions of their tunes, but I'm trying to make this happen. I've seen some people in the comments requesting some live versions, so we're gonna get there, I promise. And I can't wait to do it, because I know I've seen some YouTube videos and whatever, but I haven't sat down and listened to these live albums, because I was getting the studio albums, so I'm really excited to do this, and it'll be sort of like a new experience for me, at least with most of the tunes, I think, because I will not have heard those particular live versions. So I'm very excited to do it. Let me know if you have any songs on those albums, or indeed any of the studio albums with Bruce that you'd like to hear. I just want to keep talking more Maiden. I know there's some of you out there who also do. Thank you for listening and watching. I really do appreciate it. Have a good day, have a good night, and I will see you next time. Peace.